Excuse me, I almost started coughing. I just want to say, hey, welcome. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today is December 31st, New Year's Eve day. And this training, because it's the 5th Tuesday of the month, I'm going to be talking about managing emotions and building money, residual income, right? So managing emotions, managing money. Oh my gosh, what an incredible combination. So many people have a difficult time when talking about money because money has so many triggers in them that it can really shut them down and it can move them into their limbic brain very, very quickly. Now, we're going to do a quick review of the limbic brain, and then a little bit, we're going to talk a little bit about different sources of income, and then we're going to move on from there. It probably will not be a full hour today. I'm still a little bit sick, and I don't want to go into a coughing fit. So it may be a little bit short today. So thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Let's do a quick raise your hand if you can hear me. Awesome. Raise your hand if you can see me. And then I'm going to share my screen in just a minute. So let me pull up my PowerPoint. Oh dear. Let's hope it doesn't get out of control here. Okay, slideshow from the beginning. So let me know, raise your hand if you can see this PowerPoint, Managing Emotions and Money, with yours truly, Jeannie Cisco-Meth, and then today's date. Okay, perfect, awesome, thank you. So we talked so the first and the third Tuesdays of the month at 10 o'clock, we talk a lot about emotions, about how they're moving you, about the different parts of the brain, about how the oils affect the brain, how they specifically affect the limbic system, and so this is just going to be a quick review. And the three main functions of the limbic brain are survival, avoid pain, and seek pleasure. And so that's why we spend so much time in our limbic brain if we're not calming our limbic brain down, either through Write and Burns, download reloads, which I talk about with my personal mentoring clients. I also talk about them in some videos on my YouTube channel. I've also talked about the spin cycle, but those are some different ways that you can manage your limbic brain. The easiest way, in my opinion, to manage my limbic brain very, very effectively is with doTERRA oils. Now, this is lavender. It sits on my desk for a reason, okay? And so, and I recommend, if you haven't seen one of the limbic brain trainings yet, go back into the Bigger Vision Mentoring Group. Those are for my personal team members. If you're not on my team yet, it's okay. I'll teach you how you can become a team member. And or you can look at my YouTube channel, and those are open to the public. So both of those are on there. Spend some time learning about your limbic brain. It will change your life. I'm just saying. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about income. What's the difference in income? And this is the reason I've decided to run my doTERRA business 100% instead of continuing to market my services as a corporate trainer. Makes great money, you know, $10,000 a day as a training gig, great money. The problem is it's inconsistent. It's up and down. It's constantly making phone calls, constantly, I call it scrambling to keep my schedule full. Whereas with doTERRA, I make a phone call, I invite, it's not selling for me. I don't look at it as selling. I look at it as sharing. So it earned income, according to Google, because I didn't have my dictionary, so I just asked Google, hey, Google, what's earned income? And it said money derived from paid work. So what that means is you get a paycheck. Earned income means you report to a job and they give you money. Hopefully, that's the way it's supposed to work. And sometimes they'll give you benefits. When I was a teacher, I made, at the end of my career, I made about $3,300 a month. That was my take-home pay. Then I also had benefits and some things like that. But for a month, I would do $3,300. That's good pay considering some things, considering I had June and July off, sometimes part of August. And I also had 2 weeks at Christmas. I also had, a few days at Thanksgiving. We'd get a spring break. So it was really a good job. When I transitioned from the classroom to the stage in 2012, my goal was to make $20,000 a month of earned income. Now, I didn't think of it at that time as earned income. I just thought of it as money coming from me speaking. I apologize. That may be why we don't go a full hour. I am sick, and I know exactly why I'm sick, and I know how to fix it. And doTERRA is helping me fix it. So doTERRA, I'm just going to put a pin in the earned income for a moment and talk about being sick, because when I first got sick right before Christmas, I was upset because I hadn't been sick in a very, very long time. And all of a sudden, I had just started doing these trainings. I had just decided to start doing doTERRA full time. And all of a sudden, I'm sick. I'm like, what do you mean I'm sick? I haven't been sick for years. Why am I now sick? And at first, I started doubting doTERRA. And then I realized, wait a minute, Jeannie. And I sat down and I listed all of the things that I was dealing with. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm surprised I'm not sicker than I am. I'm surprised that I'm not having more difficulties than I am. And the reason that I'm not is because of doTERRA. I know it is. And I know that if I would have practiced better self-care and taken all of my lifelong vitality pack instead of only half of it, I would have gotten sick. I was not taking care of myself. I was emotionally stressed out because of some family issues that are going on. And I stayed up late many nights over Christmas. Anyways, like I said, I know why I got sick and I know how to fix it. And I am. And doTERRA is helping me. It's helping me tremendously. And so I'm excited. My conviction is even deeper and stronger now in doTERRA than it was before I got sick. When I was young, I had cancer and I had a chest wall tumor removed, and I've always had some difficulty with my lungs. Well, I used to get so sick every fall. I would get horribly, horribly sick. Horrible, excuse me, horrible, horrible cough. I remember we had some friends over one time, and I was in the bathroom. My husband was out making breakfast, and I was having my usual morning coughing fit. And our friends were like, do you need to go check on her? Is she okay? Lawrence is like, yeah, she does this every morning. Not since I got doTERRA. I don't have a coughing fit every morning. I don't, but I did get sick. Excuse me. And like I said, I know why. I stopped taking my lifelong vitality pack. I was not taking my On Guard, and I got really stressed due to some family issues. I didn't take care of myself. And so, as incredible as these oils are, they're not, you have to get them in your body for them to work. You can't just have them in your environment. You got to get them in your body. So my conviction is even stronger now about doTERRA and the reason I want to share. So now back to the PowerPoint. Earned income for me is calling a business, scheduling a corporate training, and then traveling there, training for the day, and then traveling back home. That's earned income for me. Or mentoring. When I do my personal mentoring and people hire me at $450 an hour to mentor them. And I meet with them for an hour or an hour and a half, depending on their package, usually over Zoom, just like we're meeting right now, sometimes in person, depending on where they are, but usually over Zoom. And I mentor them on how to grow their business, on how to change things. That's all earned income. Now, the difference between that, because that's self-employed, it's still earned income, and it's self-employed. Self-employed means I still earn an income, I just set my own schedule. That's what self-employed means. Now, passive income is really cool. Passive income is money that is earned from an enterprise that has little or no ongoing effort involved. So the royalties off of my first book, and the royalties off of my second book, and the soon to be royalties off my third book. We haven't gone to a publisher yet. I call it mailbox money because I pull up my bank statement at the end of the month and I look at the deposits that have been made because of selling my book from Amazon, from some lead generations that I have. And that's passive income. I did the work, I wrote the book, and now I just tell people about it, or they find it and purchase it, and the money goes into my account. So it's a direct deposit, or like what I say, mailbox money. Now, our rental units, my husband and I did real estate. Well, now my husband does real estate. About a year and a half ago, I told him, I don't want to be a landlord anymore. I'm turning all the real estate back over to you, and I'm done being a landlord. And that was because my speaking business was getting so busy, and I was tired of dealing with toilets and tenants. And so now we are growing our real estate business, and it's all passive because we have managers in place at our corporate, at our commercial properties. And so passive income is something that you get money from without a lot of effort. doTERRA is that. doTERRA is a passive income business as you continue to build it. So excuse me. In the beginning, doTERRA is a self-employed business. You've got to set your own schedule. You've got to get your appointments full. You've got to meet with people. You've got to talk to people about doTERRA. This is one of the easiest things that I have ever shared with people. And I don't call it selling because I call it sharing. I only want to work with people who have a personal experience with doTERRA. People who have taken the product, seen phenomenal results, and then all they do is go share it with their family and friends and say, my goodness, you got to take this. You got to try this. These are the results that I have had. That's a sharer. That's not a salesperson. A salesperson is someone who is chasing the money. All they're doing is looking at the sell and how it can benefit them. I don't want that kind of person in my business. I want a person that says, let me try the product, just like I started back in November 2018. Let me try the product. Actually, I started October. Sorry, I keep forgetting that. I was introduced to the product the first week in October, and I think my product was mailed to me a couple weeks later, and then I started taking it right at the end of October, so I get confused sometimes. But I started using the product in October 2018, and then in January, I told my family, everybody's got to take these. And then I got a paycheck. And then I started sharing with some other people. The coolest share that I have is a friend of mine and I were at lunch, and I was talking to her about the benefits of using the LLV and how when I went to the gym, I wasn't sore the next day. You may have heard me share that story about my husband and I walking into the gym going, I'm not sore, me neither. And I was sharing that with her, and I was sharing how my arthritis was doing so much better and how great it was going. And there was a gentleman who was listening, and I could see him because he was standing behind her. And so I'm talking, and he's standing probably about 5 feet away from her. And he's just slowly inching closer and closer and closer. And pretty soon he's like right behind her. Just a minute. And he turns to me and he says, I'm so sorry. I had to eavesdrop. I have so much pain. I want to get rid of my pain. What are you doing, and how do I do it? That's not selling. That's helping somebody. At a cellular level, the products that doTERRA gives and provides help people transform their life at a cellular level. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So I get to share with people how I have changed my life and transformed my life, and I get paid for that. That's true passive income. It's mailbox money. Snoopy dance time, right? So we put together Managing Emotions with doTERRA. Specifically, I told you I have lavender. Lavender's on my desk all of the time. I'm using it today because, as you hear, I've got a cough, and the coughing can give me a headache. And so I had started getting a little bit of a headache right before I started. I picked up my lavender, rolled a little bit on my temples, and one across my forehead. And guess what? Within about 30 seconds, my headache was gone. That's why I use lavender, because when I'm in pain, it takes up bandwidth and I'm not able to function and think. We talked about that in the limbic brain and the emotions and how it affects us. And so the oils help me manage. There is an oil called Calm. There's an oil called Console. There's an oil called Peace. And there are specifically formulated oil blends to help you feel those emotions. They calm the nervous system. They calm the limbic system. They calm your fight or flight, your freeze, fight, or flight. That's what the oils do. Then you also get passive income, which means that when I'm sitting on the beach in Hawaii, my check still comes in, just like it does from the sale of my books. The check still comes in. I don't have to worry about, am I going to get paid? Am I not? I don't know. The check comes in because I'm helping people transform their life. I'm helping them improve their health. I'm helping them change their life and their family's life. And they get a paycheck and I get a paycheck if they want a paycheck. Or they can just be a customer and utilize the product. It's totally up to them. So what I want to do now is I'm going to stop this share and I'm sorry. I'm going to share their compensation plan. So hang on just a moment while I pull this up. Now, raise your hand if you can see. It says doTERRA compensation plan. Okay, perfect. So when I first learned about this, I was like, okay, wait, what? What? I didn't understand it. The doTERRA, and I've learned better at this. I used to call it an MLM. It is not an MLM at all. I didn't know. I was uneducated. Now I'm educated. And so it is a dual marketing plan. What that means is that I get the same discount as my clients. And as my clients' clients, they get the same discount. Everybody gets the same discount. Where, as an MLM, I would get the largest discount, and then my customers would buy product from me at a lesser discount, and then they would turn around and sell product to their clients at a lesser discount. MLMs are illegal. doTERRA is not an MLM. It is, some people call it direct marketing or network marketing, but the actual proper term is dual marketing plan. So shout out to April Stevenson for teaching me that yesterday. Thank you so much. And so what happens is when you sign up a new wellness advocate or a new customer, you get okay, I was hoping to make it 45 minutes. I may only make it 30. Then you get benefits. So if they do a $100 purchase, then you would get 25%. So you'd get a $25 bonus. Okay, that's if you do retail. Now, I have not chosen to do retail because this is earned income. It's earned income. I want, what do I want? Passive income. Okay, so now this talks about the passive income part of it. So I enroll myself. I get 20% back in loyalty reward points, which means they put points in my account that I can use to purchase products. And I just, right before Christmas, purchased over $400 worth of oils with only $3 coming out of my pocket, because they did charge a $3 fee or whatever. But so to get $400 worth of product for $3, holy moly. And all of that was through my loyalty rewards program. Now, I also get paid when I enroll someone in my second level, and this will go into more detail here. I get paid 10% off of them, and then off of that level, I get 5%. That's called a fast start bonus, and it's paid weekly. So this can help you start making money very quickly. As soon as you start enrolling people, you start making money. Pretty cool, right? Then over here, this is what I am currently working on in my business. I'm working on my Power of 3 bonus, which is paid monthly. So there's me, and I do my 100 PV order every month. Now, actually, I do more than that, because I do 200 PV each month. So I can do a 2-hour mentoring call with Kirk Duncan, a mentor who I used to pay $2,500 for 2 hours of his time. I now get to, at that time, you got to enroll 2 people and go to his house for dinner. I'm like, well, that's a no-brainer. So that's why I started doing doTERRA back in January, because Kirk and Kim said, hey, we want to mentor our team. And so anybody who enrolls 2 people each month is invited to our home for dinner. I was like, that's a no-brainer. Pay $2,500 for 2 hours of his time on a Zoom call, or enroll 2 people where I make money and go to their house for dinner with some other people. Now, I qualified for every single one of their dinners. Now, I didn't attend everyone because sometimes I was traveling with my work, but I qualified for every single one. The problem was I didn't educate my clients. I signed them up, they got their product, and I didn't follow up with them. That's not good. And so I've gone back to them and I've told them, I'm very sorry. We're doing wellness overviews. I'm educating them and I'm letting them know what we're doing. And we are seeing tremendous growth in my business. So I do 100 PV, and then they do a combination of whatever PVs they want to do, to where this equals 600 PV. Once I have me and 3 people that are doing a team volume of 600 PV each month, I get a bonus check of $50. And you may think, well, that's not very much. It's not, but it's passive income. What could you do with an extra $50 each month that was coming in as you're helping people? You can go to the movies, you can go to a nice dinner. Kind of neat, huh? Now, when you go one level deeper and you help each one of your 3 people get 3 people, and they're doing 2,000 PV a month. So this whole team right here is doing 2,000 PV a month. You make $250 a month. Now, in December, we hit 2,000 PV. And actually, November was our first month to hit 2,000 PV. December, we did 2,300 PV. And in January, I know it's going to be even better. I didn't sign any new clients. All I did was go back, meet with my clients one-on-one, talk to them about what they had been using, talk to them about their wellness goals and what they wanted to do, and then we set them up on a plan to make sure they achieved those. And I told them I was sorry for letting it fall through the cracks for so long. Now they are starting to build their levels here. And then it just goes on. At this level, it's $1,500 a month, guaranteed. That's your bonus. That's your bonus income, okay? Now this breaks it down a little bit more. This is the monthly PV that you have to maintain. When you are just a wellness advocate, is 50, just 50 PV each month, which is about 2 or 3 oils, depending on the oils that you buy. If you do your lifelong vitality pack, it's more. That is 60 PV. And then if you add on the Terrazyme and the PB Assist and Max or Deep Blue, then you're at 100, I think it's 110 or 100 PV, 100 to 110 PV. And so all you ever need to do is do 100 PV. I do more than that because I use more than that. I do just over 200 PV each month. That's my choice. That's what I use. The monthly OV is your organization, your organizational volume. So I am right here in this executive branch right here. My goal is to get right here. That's my goal. That's where I want to go. These are the commissions that you make on each level. And if you notice, you make more money on your deeper levels. What that means is I take care of my people. doTERRA has a residual, so a retention rate of 63%. 63%. Number one, because their product works so incredibly well. And number two, because it fosters leadership in their group. And that's needed. And then this breaks it down a little bit more. Qualified legs, how many qualified legs you need. Your different, and I'm not that far. This is my goal, but right now I'm right here. And so I'm focused on this one. Make sense? Okay, so I'm going to open it up for questions a little bit later. Now, the next thing I want to show you is this. And this is also an incredible handout. This comes in a book called the Build Guide. And so if you were to picture these 2 pages together, so this purple line continues as this purple line. Blue line continues as blue line, okay? And then I have the purple, the blue, and the green, and then up here the orange. And we're going to talk just a little bit about the potential earning from this. This fast start bonus, that's what I was talking about when we were talking about the compensation plan right here. So you'll notice that that doesn't really change, because you're enrolling a few people each month. So your fast start bonus doesn't really change much. Your power of 3, that's $1,500 a month. And you get that every month. So that is 600 PV each month, and you get the 250 or the 1,500 depending on where you're at. So that doesn't change a whole lot either because you max out. But now if you look at this green, the uni level up here starts out pretty small. You're getting all of your income from fast start and from your power of 3. Then as you start building and growing, then you start moving into the green. And as you can see, that becomes a huge, huge opportunity. Then you also have leadership getting paid. You get another portion of leadership. All of this is passive income. passive income. It goes into your mailbox every day or every month, depending on how it gets paid out. And so you can look at how these can add up. Now, next training, we're going to go into some actual hard numbers. These are averages, but we're going to go into some actual hard numbers. And I'll show you the numbers that I'm making, and I'll let you see where I'm at and what I'm doing. And if I can do it, you can do it. You absolutely can do it. So my goal, as I have told you, with L&J has always been to make $20,000 a month, which would require me to be a blue diamond. So that's my goal. And in the process of me getting my goal, 5 other people are now making about $5,000 a month. And of those five people, they have 3 people that are making about $1,000 a month. And of those 3, you have 2 people that are making their $250 a month. So everybody wins, and you're healthier, you're managing your emotions, so you're responding instead of reacting. Pretty amazing stuff. You see, a response is something that you decide on, and then you take the action. Reacting is something happens, you're triggered, and it's usually not very good. Because when emotion is high, intelligence is low. And so if I'm reacting, it's from that emotional limbic brain, and it's usually not a very good decision. But when I respond, response is a chosen action. That means I decided with my prefrontal cortex, I thought about it, I made the best decision possible, and then I took action on it. That's what a response is. And so I want to help you manage your emotions and manage your money. And so I would love, sorry, my nose was running. I apologize. I would love for you to join me. And you should be able to see my phone number and my email. If you're on my team, you already have these. If I haven't set up your wellness overview yet, please reach out to me. Let's get your wellness overview scheduled. I've done quite a few, but I still have a few people that I haven't done it with. And if you're new to this and you're watching this because you happen to crop upon it, or you saw some of my marketing, my YouTube videos or whatever, then please get in touch with me. Let's schedule an appointment and talk to you about your health. What do you want? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to do a cleanse or a detox? Do you want to build muscle? It's the new year. Tomorrow, January 1st, 2020. 2020 vision. Amazing things are going to happen in 2020. How do you want to set up your year? Do you want to make more money, be healthier, be leaner? I do. That's why I'm doing this. So get in touch with me. Let's schedule an appointment. And I'd love to hear from you. Let me know how you heard about it, and we can move forward. So this training went for 34 minutes, 35, I'm sure by the time we're done. And my voice did pretty good. Yep, I had some coughing, but I'm very glad. I'm very glad that I was able to be here with you today. I was very grateful that you joined me. And please share this recording with your friends and family. And if you have any questions, get in touch with me. Have an absolutely fabulous day. Bye for now.